You know her as Samantha from the television show Bewitched, the magical woman who could twitch her nose and fix almost anything. But what if I told you that Elizabeth Montgomery had a completely different side that most fans never saw? In this video, we are going to show you a collection of photos that surprised many people. These images show a bold and confident Elizabeth Montgomery wearing a G-string, and they have got everyone talking. But there is more to the story than just the pictures. Stay with us, because what we are about to show you might just change the way you see this classic television star forever. Before we talk about the photos, let us take a quick look at who Elizabeth Montgomery really was. She was born in the year 1933, and her father was a well-known actor. So, from the very beginning, she was around movie sets, cameras, and scripts. Acting was in her blood. She became super famous in the 1960s for her role in the television show Bewitched. She played a friendly witch living a normal life, trying to fit in. People loved her for her smile, her charm, and the fun way she used magic. But off-screen, she was very different from the sweet, quiet character she played. Now, let us talk about the photos. At first, fans could not believe it. Photos started showing up online and in magazines. Photos of Elizabeth Montgomery in a G-string. For someone known as a family-friendly television star, this was something no one expected. Some people were shocked. Others were impressed by her confidence. The pictures were not fake. They were real. And they were bold. But here is the important thing. These photos were not just for attention. They showed a side of her that was powerful and unafraid. She was not just an actress who followed the rules. She was someone who made her own choices and stood by them. Many people wonder, why would Elizabeth Montgomery pose in a G-string? Some say it was for a private photo shoot. Others believe it was part of a personal project. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. She was not trying to please anyone but herself. She believed in being free and doing what felt right. Back in her time, women in Hollywood were often told how to act, dress, and speak. But Elizabeth did not always follow those rules. These photos were her way of showing that she was in control. She was not just the nice witch from television. She was a real woman, strong, independent, and not afraid to express herself. When the photos came out, fans had mixed reactions. Some longtime viewers of Bewitched were surprised. They were not used to seeing her like this. But others were supportive. They said, "She has the right to do what she wants. She looks confident and amazing." Over time, more and more people began to understand that these pictures were not something to be embarrassed about. They were a reminder that even stars from the past had layers, stories, struggles, and sides that we never got to see on screen. Elizabeth Montgomery's G-string photos were not just about showing skin. They were about showing strength. In a time when women were judged for almost everything, she made a bold choice. And she did not need anyone's approval. Think about it. She could have hidden those pictures forever. But instead, she let them be seen. That takes courage. It also sends a message. You do not have to fit into a box. You do not have to be what everyone expects. Even though these pictures might surprise some people, they are also inspiring. Aside from acting and photo shoots, Elizabeth Montgomery lived a full and busy life. She supported many causes, like helping the poor, standing up for women's rights, and speaking out when things were unfair. She was not just a television star. She was a voice for people who did not always have one. She also made bold choices in her personal life. She got married several times, followed her heart, and did not let Hollywood control her. So when you see those G-string photos, remember, they are just one part of her story. A story that is much bigger than just one moment or one image. Elizabeth Montgomery will always be remembered for her magic on screen. But off-screen, she was just as powerful, maybe even more. Those photos in the G-string, they are not just about how she looked. They are about how she lived, with confidence, freedom, and no fear of being judged. So the next time you think of Samantha from Bewitched, also remember the real woman behind the magic. A woman who was not afraid to show who she really was. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more stories about the stars you thought you knew. Until now.